Here's something worth noting at that press conference, but it brings us back to people, this issue that handling the question well, but this issue that, like, the health, the Affordable Care Act, like, 40 million more children go to the doctor and elderly people and everything, but the claim that, like, there's a bunch of claims about the harm it's doing, and the claims about people who signed up or didn't sign up, and he saying, well, I know we've heard a lot of conflicting things about that, but they all conflict with each other. But let me tell you what the press secretary can't say, because he's like probably trying to be diplomatic. Let me tell you something. One of the things they said on the Senate floor just before this, someone said, do you know that 15,000 UPS employees found out that because of Obamacare they're losing spousal coverage? 15, is that true? Doesn't sound true, but the point is, like, well, wait a minute, but what? So did that? Why are you gonna? So wait, are there things in it that need to change? Is that real? Like, I mean, okay, so to the extent that, okay, the 15,000 UPS employees, I don't think doesn't UPS actually give health coverage? They're losing spousal coverage because of Obamacare. Is that true? Like, if it is true, well, wait a minute. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense in the sense of, well, like, let's say 40 million more people who didn't have health care now could get affordable health care, but somehow there's some language in there that accidentally causes all the UPS employees to lose spousal coverage. Well, wait, can't you just correct that language? Wouldn't that be the kind of thing they would be talking about in the Congress? Like, by the way, we have to change this language in the bill. No, I don't know. No, they shut the government down. Right, and he did. The press secretary's answer, like, we've heard a lot of conflicting things about people signing up on a website and people who are harmed and people this, but, like, we're hearing all kinds of things. Like, but that doesn't. They all conflict with each other, and they're based on polling, and we don't know. Like, it doesn't make, and it's kind of like, right, 15,000 UPS employees lost spousal coverage because of the Affordable Care Act was going to be implemented. Is that someone? They never explain this stuff. But if it's that hard, there's things in it that are like that. Will just change the language. You could meet instead of meeting. We don't know what they were doing meeting behind closed doors. Can you fix that thing that's causing that? And that way, won't. I mean, that's what would lead. Why have all these legislators? They're lawyers. They know legal language. They meet. They discuss. So if there's a problem, just change the language or whatever. It sounds like something everyone would agree with. Like, oh, there's an accidental thing in this that causes that problem for people at that company for some reason. That's why the room full of lawyers is what the Congress is. Like, they'll fix it. I mean, whatever. No, that's what. But that doesn't make it. You repeal the whole thing, so all types of, like, children with, like, leukemia won't get their medicine instead of just fixing whatever. I don't even believe that's true. But I mean, right? He's saying, like, you hear all kinds of things, get them polling and claims and ads, but, like, no, we don't know. But the reason that's all just a bunch of crap. I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. The good such a thing would do far outweighs these things that might need to be fixed. We still don't know what. I looked at the bill. There was no language in there. They knew we can't have health care in this country. The amount. Let me tell you something. Let me say, just like British banks selling off the currency they hold would wreck the place, and they'll do it. I'm sure they already started to. The healthcare, any kind of growth or move towards growth, people think this sort of inter-alpha banking network, those people when they see any kind of thing, I mean, if we were to, like, start building bridges, I mean, or talk about healthcare, it's an indication we're going to be doing things. We may be doing other things that are irrational from their perspective. Like, any kind of growth is irrational from their perspective. So, right, he said, we're going to have a healthcare program. Well, that's a signal that the government is going to start looking into things to benefit, the population here. Right. They punish us with flight of capital. That means taking, like, they're holding like $1 billion of one bank. Like, Royal Bank of Scotland may hold, let's say, $2 billion of our currency. Okay, the minute we start mentioning things like we need to build new roads, We need to put people back to work. We're going to talk about a healthcare program. The minute that starts to happen, the leadership is saying that something that would indicate that kind of growth is going to take place. Right. So, that the Royal Bank of Scotland will take the $2 billion it owns and sell it off for an economy that isn't growing. Sell it off for that. So they'll park it there. Right. All the markets would start radically going down. $2 billion of our currency was just sold off as a punishment for speaking about growth. That's the kind of thing that's going on. But it's not by the way, once again, just because it takes place at the transnational level doesn't mean you don't need to, it's not a conspiracy, it's just something that we need to be aware of, because that would explain a lot about why these weird political dramas play out, is the thing.